Hi zusammen, herzlich willkommen zurück auf der Bühne der ADAC SimRacing Expo 2024 here in Dortmund. Hi everybody, welcome back live on stage and in the live stream right here of the ADAC SimRacing Expo 2024. And without spoiling too much, there are some premium news from the hardware side, product launch. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our guests, Marcel Ertle from KW Automotive and Martin Ascher from Ascher Racing, and of course to our host, not only very eloquent, but also very good looking. Here's Luke. Enjoy.
Unbelievable. Thank you very much. That's not what he says in private, I can assure you. But hello, welcome back. We have got ourselves another panel here. We have got ourselves Marcel here, of course, and we've got Martin, who will now talk us through some of the new hardware that they've been producing. But first of all, let the people at home and who are watching here know who you are.
Yeah, hi Luke. Thanks for having us. I'm Martin Ascher, the founder of Ascher Racing. I'm doing this for 10 years, so it's not the first expo for us. And I'm developing the products, and I teamed up with our partners from KW in 2020 so that I can focus on product development, and Marcel is from KW building and distributing the products.
Yeah, so doing all the marketing stuff. Also sort of arranged getting Martin on here because he didn't want to. But now he's here. We're happy that he is here. He was able to make it, even though he hurt his hip. Yeah, so first off, well, all the wheels you see here, they're based on the McLaren Artura GT4 wheel, like the actual race car wheel. It has been a pretty successful year, 2 stints now, with the actual race car wheel being in the car. No failures so far as I know. Right, Martin?
Yes, it's like in the real race car with many races and many cars for 2 years without any issues. So the feedback was overwhelmingly like everything just works.
How important is sim racing to Real World Motorsport, and vice versa? How important is the Real World Motorsport to help sim racing equipment?
For us, it's important to make the transfer to real racing because our products are built for real racing. So the specification sheets, like the reliability of the product and the harsh environment, we design everything for motorsports in mind, and then make the transition to it's just the same product. So in the real race car, the communication is of course a little bit different. It's not USB, it's CAN bus, but everything else is just the same. We use the same switches, the same injection mold, everything is the same. So motorsport helps us to legitimize the brand. It's not really to earn money because of the low quantity, but we can, for the motorsport side, it's interesting for them because we cover the development cost and break it down to the much more larger quantities on the sim racing side. And I mean, deal with McLaren is we like to have such a big brand working with us together. It's we are honored by that.
Right. And well, talking of Real Motorsports, right? All the esports series, it has been a quite big impact for us. Like Zamot Wheels actually made it into F1 paddock, so we're really proud of that. Again, Martin,
yeah, it's quite surprising for us. I mean, when we design the ultimate steering wheel, we don't want to do any compromise in technical stuff and develop just the best I can come up with. Sometimes you have to stop an engineer because he will go forever. But we finally managed to launch the product, and we are really proud. Just before the product launch, we got contacted by the ultimate sim racer. He's the current Formula 1 champion. He got in touch with us, and a simple message like, when can I buy your wheel? So, of course, we were just having a quick chat. Oh my God, what do? We don't have a wheel to sell him. But of course, I mean, we had the late development wheels, which were the same as the production models. So we simply shipped a wheel to him, and that's it. So of course, at that point, no product instruction was ready, no manual. The software side was not 100% polished. So we just shipped the wheel to him. He unboxed it immediately, was very, very impressed and really happy. But of course, it was not 100% self-explaining without any manual at all. And then we had a quick phone call, a few WhatsApp messages, and then he was set up to go. And all I heard was he really, really likes it.
That must have been quite daunting because obviously Max is known for being very, very honest, right? You know, he will give you a genuine opinion. But the product speaks for itself, obviously.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, there were a few things to set up, and he was thinking something doesn't work right, but it was just missing software installation, stuff like that. But yeah, so far, a few weeks after that, he just bought another one because he was setting up his second simulator for the motorhome. And I think some of the viewers saw the Twitch stream and his successful Imola weekend. And he won both races, like the most important Nürburgring 24 hours and the Formula 1 race as well.
Yeah, the only thing that didn't survive was my PC. So that was fun. How important is it for a company such as yourself to have someone like that on board?
I mean, we try to do the very best, and this is like the ultimate outcome for us, because obviously money is not an issue. He could buy any wheel, every wheel, but he chose our wheel, and I got a few WhatsApp messages, and they were all, "It's awesome, it's awesome, I like it," and yeah, it's like a really, really big honor for us, and we try to build on top of that in the future.
So obviously we've got some products here. It's not just a wheel, right? You know, you want to try and personalize it for people to have, you know, their own sort of stamp on the wheel. Can you talk us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the funny thing is, like, we launched it as a McLaren Esports series. We thought, like, McLaren would be the name people were wanting for. Like, it is a renowned brand after all, right? But sim races, they're different. So they were like, yeah, why would I buy a wheel with a McLaren branding if I'm racing a Porsche or a Mercedes or whatever? So, you know, licensing so many companies is quite a big deal. So we figured of a different way, and the thing we came up with is basically the wheel being laser engraved with your own logo on top and on the center of the faceplate. So what you're able to do now is basically upload the logo and make it really your own the ultimate wheel for yourself, just personal. And yeah,
we were kind of surprised that many customers really disliked the logo. So for us, it was a really nice thing to have a big brand like McLaren as an official partner. But there were a few customers who did not buy the wheel because of that. So we tried to find a solution for that. I mean, now you can buy the wheel and individualize it as to your liking with laser engraved logos. I mean, you can also choose just to have no logo at all if you want that way. You can specify the button colors. If you want to have it all black from the factory, you can do this. And the next step is also we want to make a custom laser engraved button caps. So the buttons that you see here, they are laser engraved by factory. But in case you want to have your team logo as a start button, you can do this as well in the future.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenally important. In real world racing, every Porsche looks the same inside of the car. Every Ferrari looks the same. But if you look at people's sim rigs, there's not one sim rig that's the same as another, right? Everyone's so different at home.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we get crazy requests like, can I have a pink wheel grips with a red front plate and stuff like that. I mean, we cannot do anything, not everything, but we can at least hear to the feedback of our customers and improve and offer what we can offer.
I mean, skinning a wheel has been like, you saw that many times during like in the industry. There's so many skins like just wrap going onto it, but having like a really high quality way to doing so is like a next level. So laser engraving the custom logo has been like sort of the holy grail for us in personalizing stuff, and the way we wanted to do it, because Ascher Racing is known for producing high-end and high-quality materials. So we didn't just want to stuck with some sort of sticker. And I think the way we come up with it is quite nice. It is durable, because if you want to stretch that, you basically have to rip off the aluminum on top of it. So this is going to last forever.
Yeah. I mean, one point why our customers choose our products, I think one main reason is like the reliability. You don't have a faulty pedal shifter or whatnot, or stickers that peel off. So we try to find the most reliable solution for many years.
So obviously we've got the logos and you can change the color of the buttons, but let's just, you got carte blanche, right? You guys, I know it takes a long time to develop each and every personalization, but how far could you go with personalization if in a dream world?
One steering wheel for every person, one individual. But I mean, if you can wait a couple of years for development, then you can get your own wheel. But I think nobody would be willing to pay for that. Or would you?
I don't know, if you put a couple of Arsenal badges on there, I might be tempted, that's for sure. You mentioned briefly about the SimRacing competition you had this year. Let's talk a little bit more about that so people at home can understand that you do have that SimRacing background in terms of competition.
Yeah, I mean, Martin has been a racer all his life, and that's why he started building wheels. And our main goal is to enhance people's pace. And we're doing competitions ourselves privately, but we've been off competitive sim racing for quite a while. And now we're looking into new ways of getting in touch with teams.
Yeah. I mean, for product development, it helps immensely if I'm the very first product tester. I have my full-time product testers as well, but anything I do, I'm the first person to review it. And it's good to have people, other opinions and other feedback. But if I do a 24-hour race and after 4 hours in the Nordschleife and my small finger hurts, I might think about improving the wheel grip, or if I can position buttons a little bit better. And that's our approach. Like, the ergonomics are the most important thing, and the design follows that approach. So we don't want to do something that looks good but doesn't work good. We make it, in the ideal world, we do it both. But if we have to do a compromise, we want to have the function as good as possible.
What's been some of the biggest challenges you've had in the last couple of years?
The devil is in the details. So you wouldn't think how long some problems take to solve. Like super detailed problems. I mean, for example, I think we are the only company right now who are building the laser engraved button caps, which you can swap from the outside without opening the steering wheel. And just this small little detail was many weeks, if not months, of development, try and error, improving iterations here and there, and making everything work together in the steering wheel package, from 3D to electronics. And I think we found a really good solution for that. And there are countless of examples. I mean, from getting the power consumption right for wireless wheels, up to building test rigs to abuse the product. I mean, there are so many little details. I cannot tell you this was the biggest challenge for us, because everything is a challenge in itself, and combining everything to a finished product, that's the challenge. And for the Artura series, for example, a challenge which looks easy when you see the finished product, but was really challenging in the development process, was to build a complete steering wheel series, which is in harmony together. For example, the Ultimate, including the screen, was the first model I developed. And I didn't want to have a really large steering wheel diameter, so I had to find a way how to fit the screen physically inside. But all the other models had to look good, and the buttons must be in the same position, but a screw moved there, and then everything else has to work still. So it's, if you see the finished product, it's easy, or maybe you can you can think about it like, oh, that's a good solution, but getting there, that's the really challenge. And we try to be innovative and come up with new solutions like that.
Actually, speaking about challenges, you should tell him the story about Max Verstappen not being able to getting his Ultimate to run because of him.
Yeah. I got a really, really late WhatsApp call at Wednesday evening before the Imola race weekend. And his team...
By the way, the most stressful week of my life ever.
Yeah.
It was, for all of us, it was a massive event. But
I mean, Ertle from Team Redline, he set up the simulator and tested it for hours, and everything was working like brilliantly. No issues at all. And then they shipped it to Imola, set up the simulator, tried to drive a few laps, and the steering wheel was glitching, like disconnecting and whatnot. And I got a call, I think it was just a WhatsApp video with the wheel on off. And when Max Verstappen sends you a WhatsApp, you are really nervous, especially if it's your product which doesn't work. And I tried to find the source of the issue, and it was specific questions, and it went back and forth a little bit, but was like the most easy thing and the most obvious thing, and we found the source really quick. It was just a not grounded SimRig.
Just to put into perspective, people who don't know what we're talking about at home, Team Redline, who's Max Verstappen's race team, sim racing team, they took part in the Nürburgring 24-hour, one of the premium racing events in the world of sim racing. But he also raced the Imola GP for Formula One in the same weekend and won both. It was the biggest under scrutiny event ever in terms of media. Everyone had their eyes on it. The whole media day of Formula One was based around Imola, based around the Nürburgring 24-hour. He was answering questions about that. Even me, as the person who put the stream together, I had ESPN, Sky Germany trying to contact me while the race was happening. It was a phenomenal event. But yeah, a few days before, or pretty much on the day, you receive a WhatsApp and it's like,
Yeah, and it was just a not grounded SimRig, because the PC is on the floor and has a different electrical potential than the simulator, and the static electricity builds up, and the steering wheel is the only thing that connects both. So it was it went off. But then we tried to hold the HDMI cable and grounded it this way, and then the problem went away. So we knew this was the solution. And I think the most funny thing to tell is that the next morning, like 8 a.m. in the morning, we received a WhatsApp picture from Max when he was in a hardware store taking pictures of cables, and was asking, can I ground my SimRig with this cable shoe? And yeah, they solved it, and everything turned out perfectly fine. And I think the 24-hour race finished while he was racing the wheel race, right?
it finished just as he started the formation lap for the...
Did he get a radio message?
I assume so, yeah. That was the most important race of the day, right? How are you guys feeling during his stints? Because obviously it's a new product. It's something that's not really for the world yet. Like, I'm sure you must have had a sigh of relief once you got out of the car for the final time.
Yes, of course. I mean, once it's running, I'm pretty confident in the product, of course. But if you have startup issues, anything came wrong, I mean, you can test just so much. But so far, no issues apart from that non-grounded SimRig. But it's, of course, I followed the stream, I followed your PC issues, and yeah. So it was quite a relief that everything went fine.
Yeah, same for us. We were watching a stream. We're crossing our fingers, nothing goes wrong. Also, that it doesn't crash or something, because that would have been like, would have been a shame, because racing both events on one weekend, that was such a huge thing, and media was all over it, as you said, like even beforehand. Like, we were really happy when he won both things. We were like, damn, that is like proper achievement. It's like, how'd you call it, the triple crown, just for sim racing.
As I said in the stream, I don't believe something of that feat will ever be achieved by anybody else ever. Yeah. Like, it's that big of a deal. It was the premium race of that weekend. I think the 24 hours of Nürburgring is the biggest challenge. Plus winning a Formula One race. There's not many people who can say they've done that and won a sim race.
Actually, I went through the Formula One calendar and the iRacing calendar and tried to find if there is a double event again.
Hungary was,
yeah.
Yeah, there was, I think, was it Le Mans?
No. What was it? Spa 24.
Spa 24. Okay.
Yes.
Another win,
but I think that time he used, he didn't win the Formula One race, right?
Let's not talk about that one. we forgot about that race. Is there anything else you want to show maybe on the screen, or is there any other points you want to bring up about the new products?
Well, I mean, I could show you, let's see how this works. There we go.
Absolutely.
Well, there's been actually lots of work, like put in, like, I don't know, it's graphics guys put in 2 or 3 weeks into making that thing. Main reason was to want to show like a whole series in one video, and they were like, they were telling us that we're crazy to show all the wheels in one video because it's just too much content, right? But yeah, been using that as an advertisement on YouTube. Quite happy with that. I mean, apart from that, I don't know. I think we've brought a picture of the Ultimate, how it is being, how it can be customized. Nope, there it's gone. Sorry. Yeah, so this is basically it. We already talked about the logo being laser engraved, and I mean, something interesting, like as soon as we announced that, for a lot of content creators around the world, they were all like completely going crazy about it, because having your own logo on there, for them, it's like the best thing that could happen, because it's the main thing you see on screen, right? The wheel, it's always in the center of your sim. So what you got here is the wheel from Will Ford, Boosted Media. We are going to send it out to him right after the expo. And yeah, let's hope to see it in many videos of his. So that's going to be quite cool. Also, he asked specifically for this, for the color scheme. So we obviously built that his spec. That's quite nice.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It is available now. You can get yourself some personalized gear. Beautiful stuff. Thank you very much for your time. Really do appreciate it. We are going to be back live again in about 35 minutes, where we will have a huge announcement. You do not want to miss it. We'll see you then.